Sketchy. Hi, welcome back. Josh here, and we've got some more cat sketches here today. And these are a little older. They're from if you look for my video about Sylvan Thatch and drawing some of my original characters from a abandoned webcomic. This is from that era. This is more designs relating to the cat from that comic. However, in that other video, I was very it was very forward with specific Disney reference. I was taking Disney cat characters and human characters from the era of my interest and adapting them and using them as kind of a seed and then building on them for my own characters. This is a little different. Having already designed a look for this animal, this cat, I now am looking at photographs of reference of real cats and then trying to draw the cartoon pose with my character. And I still, at this time, I was still shading the cat in a way that I ended up trying to make it look a little bit like my own cat, Dink, I've talked about before. But these kind of raccoon eyes, in some of these pictures, I felt like it almost looks like I'm now straight up drawing a raccoon. So I pulled back on some of these design elements. And then I pulled all the way back on the comic, and I don't draw this cat anymore. Maybe I should dig it out. And I think my quest to cartoonize my little guy, my little Dink, don't take that out of context, please. I think that may need to go on. But again, these are real cat poses that I'm getting from Google Images, cat poses, cat action pictures. And then I'm translating that picture that I just drew. I think I abandoned. This is a better version of the same thing. I wanted to do the reaching paw. Again, you can see the Disney influence, but I assure you the reference here is photographic. And so I'm just taking the principles of the design of the character, which is very cartoony and animation-y, but I'm applying it to, real cat anatomy. And of course, this being a super floof cat, I don't have to get bogged down too much in the muscles and joints and things because he's kind of a mass of floofy wisps. But we're going to see 3 or 4 of these poses, and then perhaps another. This is a longer one, and then at the end, I'm drawing just some facial expressions when I was really thinking of the cat as an emoting character who would participate in stories and jokes and things like that. So again, I think this one in particular is the one that just ends up looking a lot like a raccoon. So it's not intended to be, but we learn these things as we go. But overall, I was very pleased with the overall vibe of these, which is why I dug them out again. This is going back a couple of years now. I drew these things quite a while ago, and I'm revisiting these for the first time in a while, and I was pleased enough with them in hindsight to want to include them here on the channel. And again, I drew for the better part of a whole year without even knowing that Procreate had the ability to export these videos, or even that screen capture was so easy on the iPad. And so now I'm much more likely to plan ahead and capture these things. But this is a nice treat to be able to go back in time and export some video of drawings I made before I even realized I could do that. This one's really raccoony. I don't know. It's just, I like the idea of the mask, and again, it relates. It's an extreme simplification of my actual cats. He's just got more of a regular long-haired cat, brown. He's just got chaotic lines and stripes all over him. I kind of boiled this down, and maybe too much. But I'm very happy with the overall feel, the sketchiness, and the energy of the poses. It's fine. It's learning. These aren't finished pieces that you show around proudly, but here I am uploading them to YouTube. All right, looks like we are just going from that collection of poses right to the expressions. These are, I believe, fully from the dome. So this is, having already established a character and a look, a design. This is just taking that in purely in my head and making some expressions. This was really good, and then I changed it, and I'm not sure that it's for the better. I think it's leaning a little more towards realistic. Didn't want the eyes to be so huge. I did want this to be a cat that would fit in with, my not realistic human characters, but with real world. They're supposed to be people in the real world, and this is a pet cat. So I didn't want to make it a complete. I don't want to go Garfield with it and make it into a complete cartoon. I wanted to kind of combine elements of a realistic cat and a cartoon cat. And the smaller eyes, I think, work better for that to that end. And also in making more complex expressions. Now, obviously, big eyes are great for broad, cartoony expressions, but I wanted to do something a little more specific and detailed. There's 2 of those. Sometimes I throw in one that didn't work out. I don't remember if there was a 5th one here, but I know we're going to end up, I think, with 4 faces that I was pretty happy with. Here's something close to a side view. Yeah, this one just came out real nice on first try, and that doesn't always happen, so I always am sure to embrace it when it does. I've drawn dogs. I'm a cat person in real life, and I have a cat, but I'm not anti-dog. I love dogs. I've drawn dogs for people, either as gifts or as commissions. So maybe I'll find some of those, or maybe I'll just make it an exercise. I like drawing animals. I want to do some more studies of animal anatomy and adapting it into a cartoon or specifically like an animation-y form. Keeping the laws of anatomy and the dynamics of anatomy so that you could potentially get a lot of poses and motion out of the figure, but also making it pleasing to look at and caricaturing it. That's about it. That's the slate of faces, and that's it. I'm done. Bye.